Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of Solo Entertainment, and wow, can you believe it? It is officially the last Solo Entertainment for this semester and for the year of 2020. So I want to thank you guys for sticking around for all these episodes of Solo Entertainment and being true to the show and being a loyal watcher. And we're gonna end this year with a bang, and it's gonna be a very special episode this time. The movie we're reviewing is called Hunt for the Wilderpeople, directed by Taika Waititi. Let's get started.
Lola told me to tell you that you should give me something to do. Is there anything you want me to do?
Yeah. Leave me alone.
Cool. You ever been up in that jungle before?
There's about 1 million hectares of it, buddy. It's easy to get lost.
You lost?
Oh.
I'm amazed how lost you got. You little bastard! We got no choice but to camp out here for a few weeks.
Where are you, Ricky Baker?
More on this massive national manhunt.
Didn't they ask who did this? Tell them it was the Wilderpeople.
The what people?
So, Hunt for the Wilderpeople tells the story of Heck and his adopted son, Ricky, who end up getting lost in the woods. This results in a citywide manhunt to find them and get them back home. So the first thing I'm going to talk about with regards to this movie, Hunt for the Wilderpeople, is the relationship between Heck and Ricky. Well, when the movie first begins, they really don't like each other, and they kind of hate each other, actually. So it's really good to see this relationship develop, and by the end of the movie, they really grow to love each other and really care for each other. And this really ties in with the two themes present in the movie about family and acceptance. If you guys remember in some of my past reviews, like in The Devil All the Time and Howl's Moving Castle, I referred to the theme of family in the way that family doesn't have to be the family you're born into, but it can be anyone in this world who you share a close bond with and cherish that bond. And when it comes to acceptance, you can when something really bad happens in your life, you can either choose to complain about it and look at the bad side of things, or you can look at the good side of things and see how you can grow from this loss or devastation in your life and become a better person in the end. So those two themes were really present in Hunt for the Wilderpeople, and it really showed in the relationship of Heck and Ricky. So another thing I want to talk about in regards to Hunt for the Wilderpeople is the comedic elements of this movie, which are very witty and very smart and overall just very funny. I mentioned earlier that this movie is directed by the one and only Taika Waititi. And if you guys don't know who Taika Waititi is, some of his movies include, the movies he's directed include What We Do in the Shadows, Boy, Thor Ragnarok, and Jojo Rabbit. And if some of you guys are longtime Solo Entertainment viewers, you guys might remember that last year I did a review on Jojo Rabbit, and in regards to the comedy of that movie, I mentioned that it's very witty and well-timed. That really rings true for Hunt for the Wilderpeople here as well, because all the jokes are very witty, they come out at the right times, and they're very in character. They're very true for each character. It really fits with the world that they're in, and I really appreciated that. Another thing is the comedic moments don't overshadow the serious moments, and the serious moments in this movie don't overshadow the comedic moments in this movie. Because there's a lot of serious moments in this movie as well, but there's a good balance of serious and comedy in this movie, which I really appreciated. So there are two factors that really enhance the tone of this movie, in my opinion, that I really enjoyed. The two factors are the soundtrack and the locations of this movie. So first I'm going to talk about the soundtrack. The soundtrack was really great. It really added to the tone, and it's got a lot of hip-hop, lo-fi hip-hop, pop elements to it, and some original songs as well, which really keep your head bopping and really keep you engaged with the movie. And it adds to the lighthearted tone of this movie, which it's got going for it. And the second factor is, of course, the locations where it was filmed and where it takes place. So it was filmed and it takes place in New Zealand, and right outside the main character's house is this expansive forest. It's filled with a whole bunch of trees and creeks and just a whole bunch of wilderness with flora and fauna added to it. And It really added to the somber and surreal tone that this movie's got going for it. This stark natural beauty was almost like a character within this movie, and I really enjoyed that. So my only real con with this movie is the climax. Well, particularly the climax was a little silly and a little unrealistic as well. And there were some character choices which I didn't really think fit those characters within the climax. And I mean, it wasn't too big of an issue, but it did kind of bring down the experience for me because I really thought that that character wouldn't really do that. Plus, the climax just got a little too silly in my opinion. Of course, the movie does get silly, but the climax just took it to another level, which I wasn't too big of a fan of. This wasn't too big of an issue, but it was still a little issue in my opinion. So, just like other previous reviews this semester and this year of 2020, I hosted a Netflix party, asked some friends to join in, and they enjoyed the movie as well. So here are my fellow movie critics saying what they felt they enjoyed or what they didn't enjoy about Hunt for the Wilderpeople.
Okay, so The Hunt for the Wilderpeople. What I'll say about this movie is, if you haven't seen any of Taika Waititi's work before, I highly recommend that you watch this movie. The comedy is witty and the characters are relatable, and together they make for an overall fun experience.
Hello, my name is Adan Morales, and for me, The Hunt for the Wilderpeople has something really intricate and exciting about it, which is the pacing. Because this movie is a really well-written, dramatic movie that mixes in a lot of comedy in it because of who the director is and his kind of comedy. And I think it works really well, but it's something more experimental that I haven't seen before. The movie is really dramatic and it goes somewhere and you think you're going somewhere with it, and instead of doing the big reveal like most movies do, they focus more on the comedic effect and just kind of trying to surprise the audience with what's coming next. And something that you watch, you're looking at it on the screen and you're like, how? Why? Wait, what? So they kind of go more towards that instead of the traditional approach to these kind of movies.
I would have to say I was definitely pretty pleasantly surprised by Hunt for the Wilderpeople. I had not seen any trailers or even heard of the movie before going in, so I didn't have any expectations, but I definitely left the movie pretty pleased by it. Two things that really stood out to me from the movie was definitely the music track. It's probably the first thing that caught my attention when watching this movie. And I also really like the themes that the movie overall tries to present. Additionally, I was a big fan of the lead actor. I've seen him in a couple movies in the past, and I definitely have to say he pretty impressed me with the role that he did in this movie. Overall, I definitely say give it a try if you're kind of looking into what this movie's about. It's pretty fun, and it's a pretty cute movie overall.
So overall, I had a great time with Hunt for the Wilderpeople. It has great characters, great character development within the movie. It was a very funny movie, very comedic, great tone establishment of this movie. And I mean, the climax was a little haywire, but that wasn't too big of an issue. I'll give this movie a 9 out of 10. Definitely give it a watch. And if you like movies like this, check out Taika Waititi's other collection of movies. Like I said, Thor Ragnarok, Boy, Jojo Rabbit, or just some of the other great Taika Waititi movies you guys can enjoy. So that wraps it up for this episode of Solar Entertainment. Hope you liked it, and be sure to watch Hunt for the Wilderpeople on Netflix. And I just wanted to say, I want to give a huge thank you to you guys for sticking around with Solar Entertainment for the whole year of 2020. It hasn't been the year we really envisioned, with no movie theaters and no new movies and whatnot, but we really kept true to the essence of Solar Entertainment by sticking with streaming service movies, and I'm sure you guys enjoyed it with new movies to watch during your time at home. So just want to give you guys a big thank you, and look out for more content from UTD TV in the future. I'm Nishant, your host, signing off.